Okay, please, let's listen up now. I wanted to turn on the recording. So, like we were saying, the purpose of this Win box, please, can we be together? So, every product vendor, when I say product vendor, I'm referring to the company that produces equipment. Every product vendor has a particular way you use to access their devices. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So for Mikrotik, to access Mikrotik devices, Mikrotik routers, Mikrotik switch, access points, they produce a very tiny proprietary software. When we use the word proprietary, proprietary means that it is only for their own devices. That's what proprietary means. Please take note. Proprietary software means produced for only my own kind of device. So Mikrotik produced a proprietary software called Winbox. So Winbox can be used only for Mikrotik. And Winbox is used to discover all Mikrotik products. For instance, let me give an instance. For instance now, I am on the network of this building. Please, let's be together. I'm on the network of this building. And this building is making use of a Mikrotik router for their internet service. And I am also connected to my router here for the test, for the lab, which is also a Mikrotik product. So watch what happens. As I click refresh, like most of you saw on your own screen, as you click refresh, it will show me all Mikrotik products that is on my network. My laptop now has two networks, the one of Wi-Fi and the one connected with cable. Like most of us are connected through Wi-Fi to that same building network. That is why some of you are seeing up to 4 or 3 Mikrotik devices on neighbors. So neighbors for Mikrotik means similar, my brothers connecting to each other. So in my own case, the name of my router is called SIC. Let me do something. I want to do, for the purpose of this class, let me take it to the same way your own router is. Please just hold on. I want to take you to the way your own devices are. Okay, so my router is rebooting. Okay, so it has come up now. By default, please let's look again. By default, all Mikrotik devices usually have an identity Mikrotik, and their default IP address is 192.168.88.1. If you remember the class we had last week, we talked about IP addresses and gateways. Do you remember that? So for Mikrotik now, they already bundled a default IP address on each of their ports. Remember we talked about ports. So they bundled a default IP on each of their ports, and they gave the IP 192.168.88.1, meaning that they are assuming maybe you don't want to configure this device. They are a novice. They are assuming that you just want to connect your cable or connect to the Wi-Fi. So they have already done DHCP on this device. But we are starting from scratch. So we want to clear out whatever they have done. That's why we have to put in, and I said you select the MAC address. Once you select the MAC, it will come in up there, and you put in the password that came with the device. So I've done that. So this is where we all are. Let's just look at what is written there. You know, we are network students now, so don't just ignore. Please, let's look at what is written on your own screen. It's telling me the following default configuration has been installed on your router, just like I told you. Please set up a strong password. Look at instruction number 2. Upgrade the security in the system. Enable firewall on untrusted network. Set up a strong Wi-Fi password. Set your country name to observe wireless regulations. This is the area I called the legal part of cyber security. Before you even go into the router, they are telling you that you have to observe simple cyber security rules. Number 1, always set up a strong system password, because in neighbors, everybody would see your router provided they are using Mikrotik device. So since they will see your router, they can simply connect and type the default password. And if they type the default password, meaning they can easily have access to your router. So they are saying that also this password, imagine 4 of you are here when I distributed this device. Someone has snapped it and it does not belong to him. It means he can go somewhere and try logging into your router. So they are telling you that once you log in, please change your password. They are also telling you upgrade the software in the router to receive security updates from Mikrotik. They are also telling you when doing a strong Wi-Fi, always set up a strong password. So for now, please click remove configuration. Let's all click remove. By removing, we are removing everything they installed on that router by default, because we want to start from scratch. Please click remove. Click remove, please. When you click remove, your Winbox may close on its own. When it closes on its own, it may come up again and show you an empty Mikrotik. You see IP address 0.0.0.0, and then you see the MAC address there. Please, have you done this? Group 1, Group 1A, Group 2A, Group 1B. Are we together? Group 2A. You have done that. Have you rebooted? Group 2B. Group 2B. Group 3A. You are here. You are with us here. What's the problem? So what are you trying to do now? How are you coming back? Okay, click on system. Then click on reset configuration. Are you seeing it? Yes. Then you see a button, keep configuration, no default something. Click the no default. Click no default so it will clear out everything. Then you can reset. I know it's the same thing with this group. You people just click OK without waiting for us. So you have to reset the router. Yes, click that checkbox, no default. Group 3B. Are you with me here? Which stage are you? You are with me? Group 4B. Group 4B. There's no B. Okay. So are we all together now? So if we are here, those of us that are here, they may not be password again. So you can delete that password, click the MAC address and click connect. It has connected without password. Because I have cleared out all the default configuration. Click cancel, click cancel. So you refresh. See it here. Did you clear the configuration? I don't think so. Let's see, I don't think so. No, we didn't clear. So put password. You didn't clear it. Put the password from under. From under. You know the password.
Some people.
Caps lock. So caps lock. Caps lock. Which one are you clicking? Click the mark, click the mark, click the mark, click the mark address. No, you have to click the mark address. Take your mouse down, click it. It will then come inside there. LRT in caps locks. LT, then 0. Deep in caps locks. O21A.
Make people not say you want to do that.
Type it somewhere first. No, in caps locks. LRT. Caps locks. Just do capital letter now. LRT. O0. Then DB. O. A.
Okay. Sir.
Okay. So you already clicked OK. So in your case now, you have to reset. That's why we say just wait for us.
How do we
default systems? You click systems, then click reset. Are you connected to anyone? Oh, you're two. So what are they doing? Which route are they using?
give them a
So if I'm using 3,
no, just one.
he said it's working. No, you can. No. Don't do this. You can't be working on the same device they're working on. Please disconnect your cable. No, disconnect his cable, please. So what stage are you? Okay. So now we are on this screen. If you are here, remember your old password was empty. Maybe for now, so we don't have too many challenges. Let's ignore changing the password for now, please. Let's all ignore changing the password. Just click cancel and close. Click cancel and close. The main work has started now. Please, this part is very, very important. Remember, we talked about IP addressing, and I expected us to go behind to read up that area where we talked about the subnet calculator. So we assumed in that class that group 1 would be using possibly 192.168.20.1/24. When we say /24, what do we mean? Group 1 or in the entire class. When we say /24, what does it mean? How many users can connect? How many users? Don't we read? This is serious. So once class ends, we close our books. /24, what does it mean? 200 and, are you sure about it? 254 users can connect when we say /24. And I clearly explained the concept of why this IP is there. I told us that we are connecting from a network port. So that network port must have an IP address assigned to it, because that is a gateway. Please close the door. That is a gateway to enter into the house of that router. Do you remember that? So group 2, we say group 2 will use something else, maybe 30.1, group 3 40.1, group 4 50.1, group 5. So let's just say group 1 A use 20, group 1B use 30.1, group 2A 40.1, group 2B 50.1, group 3A 60.1, group 3B 70.1, group 4A 80.1. Why me I'll use 90.1. Hope you understand what I mean by this. I don't write all of this in full. Yes, sir. So I was saying that every router has a port, and every port must have its own IP address. Please, this section is very, very important. Can you identify the port number you are all using for the practical? Group 1B, what port are you using? Port. Group 3A. Group 4. Port 4. Group 3B. Port 3. Group 2B. Group 2A. 2. So those ports are very, very important because of the next thing we are about to do. So now, we want to pass an instruction to our router. Please, are we together? We want to pass an instruction to the router. We want to tell the router, I am assigning an IP address to you. Are we together? I am assigning an IP address to you. That IP address, I am going to give you 192.168.50.1/24. Please, anybody connected to that port, start issuing out IP addresses. But first of all, let's give it an IP. So to give an IP in Mikrotik, please look at the left-hand side of that wing box. You are going to see a place called IP. Are we seeing it? On the menu, you see a place called IP. Are we seeing it? You click that place. Have we clicked it? Group 3B, have you clicked it? Click that place and click on addresses. Click that place and click on addresses. IP, then addresses. IP, then addresses. To issue an instruction to the router that we want to give it an IP address, please click on IP, then click group 4. You have a challenge. What's the challenge? But it was connected before now. Put the cable, let's see. Okay.
If you refresh, that is coming up.
Where is Crossfield? Okay.
If you refresh, that is coming up. Maybe I see not clipped well or so.
Which cable were you using before now?
This one.
It's possible it may not be crimped. Try another port. Try another port. Let me try it on my system.
Close it down. Let me close it down.
Let's check. Please, can you put? Please open the flash. Yes. Okay. No, scroll down. Okay, let me try this. Sorry. Let me try this. Okay, open this one. The second one. Have you tried another cable? Maybe just pair up with other groups for now. Except, let me see. Try this, let's see. It's the same thing. Is it indicating? No. For now, just join other groups, please. Join other groups. Please, group 4, join other groups so we don't delay. So we were saying that to give an instruction to the router, click on IP, then click addresses. When you click on addresses, this will come up. Please, let's look at this box. When you click on addresses, this will come up. Let's look at this box, please. Are you seeing it? You click the plus button. Plus means add. Click the plus button. Plus means add. Plus means add. Click the plus button. Plus means add. Have you clicked it? I want to do something. Since the only way we can test this for now is Wi-Fi. Remember, our router has maybe 4 ports, 5 ports, or 6 ports. Including the. For those of you using this, the router has 6 ports because it has 5 LAN or 5 Ethernet ports and 1 Wi-Fi port. For those of you using the smaller version, your router has 5 ports, 4 Ethernet ports and 1 Wi-Fi port. Hope you know that wireless is a port. Do we remember that? Wireless is a port, Bluetooth is a port, infrared is a port. So our router has 5 or 6 ports. So if you click on add, let's look on interface. Please, whenever you hear the word interface, interface means what port do you want to pass any instruction to? When they ask you what interface, sometimes they will not ask you what port. Please, let's understand these nomenclatures. They may ask you port or they may ask you interface. They mean the same thing. So what interface do we want to work with? In our own case, I want us to work with the Wi-Fi interface. Shey, you are seeing it. Ethernet 1, Ether port 2, Ether 3, Ether 4, and we also have the Wi-Fi. Have you seen it on all your screens? You are seeing the Wi-Fi. Please click Wi-Fi. You may see wire LAN, you may see Wi-Fi. I don't know if it is on your own screen. Group 4, either you mix up or you watch the video later on. So you click on Wi-Fi. Now the next thing is the addresses. Let's click on the addresses. On the address you can delete it. So based on what is displayed on the board, you can now give your different groups the address. My own is 192.168.90.1/24. Mine is 192.168.90.1/24. So please give yours your own IP address block. You don't have Wi-Fi? If you are not seeing Wi-Fi, let's indicate. See wire LAN now. I said wire LAN or Wi-Fi. Yeah. You may see wire LAN, you may see Wi-Fi, it's the same thing. Sorry? We talked of Wi-Fi address in last class. .1 means that you are giving the Wi-Fi port number 1. Every other person should take from number 2. Yes. /24 means you are telling that port that 244 people should connect to it. Yes. So let's explain what /24 is doing. /24. Remember, we already saying that anywhere you see /24, it means 244 people can connect. So by putting /24 on that port, you are telling, please, let's be together. By putting /24 on the Wi-Fi port, you are telling your router, please allow 244 people to connect to my router through the Wi-Fi port. Are we following? I did not say only 244 can connect to that router. We are dropping 192.168.30 or 20.1/24 on the Wi-Fi interface. So you are telling my router 244 people should connect to my router through the Wi-Fi port. After doing this, I can click plus again and put 192.168.70.1/maybe 28. Then I drop it on Ether 2. That means I'll tell my router, please, 14 or 15 people should connect to the router through port number 2. That means you can have about 600 people or 400 connecting to your router, but through different ports, doing different things on your network. So let's practically continue with that. Let's look at something. You know, the Mikrotik is very smart, and there's an easy way they have helped you to debug the system. Now, please carry your mouse. Let's carry our mouse. Please carry your mouse. Place your mouse in the address bar. Place your mouse in the address bar and see one yellow thing that will come up. Read what that yellow thing is telling you. Group 1, are you seeing it? Just carry your mouse and don't click anywhere. Just carry your mouse to the address bar to what you have typed. It will bring out a yellow sign. Please, if you have seen it, show group 1B. Group 2A, have you seen it? Have you seen it? What are you seeing? Don't click, just carry your mouse and just keep there. Group 2B, are you seeing it? Group 2A. You are not seeing it. What are you seeing? Group 3B, are you seeing it? Group 4. So when you do that, the system has already told you that this network belongs to 0 to 255. Now, let's see the next thing we'll do. Click on apply and see what happens. Click on apply. Click on apply. Please don't click OK. Those of you that are always too fast, don't click OK. Click on apply. Click on apply. Click on apply. Have you clicked it?
Yes, sir.
Who can tell me what suddenly came up if you're observant? Network part took its own address. Let me tell you what just happened. Remember when you were being taught, please let's look at the screen again, the board. When you were being taught, we were told that this kind of class C network always have a subnet mask of what? 255.255.255.0. So even if you put 192.168.20.1 here, it invariably means that it is on a 192.168.20.0 network to rhyme with your class C. That is why the Mikrotik suddenly took the whole of this and put 0 here, telling you that you are on a class C network. Please go and watch that video on IP addressing and watch that class where Mr. Kevin taught on this. That's why I told you to read all those things before practical so you can follow. So network part automatically appear. Mikrotik try to make everything easy. Let's do another thing. Please look at what is called comments. Click on comments. Comment is optional. Let me tell you what comments mean. Remember, this is just class 1. We will be doing several practicals. So comment is telling you this IP address I put, what do I want to use it for? In my case, let me just write, I want to use this for CBT exams. I want to use this for CBT exam. What it means is this: I'm telling my router that everybody that will be connecting through Wi-Fi are those that want to write exams with me. Maybe if I drop another IP and select ITA1, I'll put a comment saying free browsing. Those that want to do free browsing should connect through ITA1. If I drop a network and put on ITA2, I'll call that one gaming. Those that want to do gaming. ITA3, I can call it hacking. Those that want to hack, give me this particular IP address. So call it CBT exam and click OK. When you click OK, you click the other OK. And you will see it showing in, maybe yours may show in black, some may show in red. I want question now. Someone should ask me, why is it showing in red? Okay. So remember, when we reset our router, we told the router to remove every default configuration. What does that mean? As a cyber security rule, please, as a cyber security rule, most equipment you purchase, all the ports are usually disabled by default. They want you to use your hand and enable any port you want to use. Are we following? All the ports are disabled by default. So they want you to use your hand and enable any port you want to use. So what we are going to do, before we enable that Wi-Fi, let's load all our configuration. The purpose of this class, we have to end by 1:30. The purpose, we said 1 hour 30 minutes now. 1:15. How many of us want us to end and go now? We can't end now. We must conclude something. So let's assume that the purpose of this class is to demonstrate DHCP. Are we following? Let us at least be able to demonstrate DHCP on a network. Once we can demonstrate that, we can end today's class. So let us put DHCP. Please, let's be together. Let's be quiet. Now we have done the first step. The first step was to put in an IP address on the Wi-Fi interface. The next thing is this. Let us tell our router that we want that Wi-Fi to give out IP addresses to people automatically, because we don't want to start assigning IP address to everybody one by one. Since this is an exam we want to write, what are we now doing? It means we are using the DHCP protocol. Hope you remember what is DHCP. Group 1. Someone should help me with DHCP. When I say I want to use DHCP, what do I mean? Group 1B. DHCP. Group 2, DHCP. Group 2B, what is, when I said I'm applying DHCP, what do I mean? Group 2B. DHCP, what do I mean? Group 3. No, leave big grammar. What is the router to do? For assigning IP address automatically. Anytime you hear the word DHCP, DHCP simply means assign dynamic IP address. Dynamic IP address is that router give everybody IP address on a first come, first serve basis. Where are you? Come now, Senate building, Uniport, Senate building. So DHCP means give everybody IP address automatically. So I want to explain two things to us before we go into the router. For DHCP to work, please, for DHCP to work, two things are involved. Let's look at the screen. For DHCP to work, two things are involved. Number one, DHCP server. Number two, DHCP client. Somebody must act as the server and somebody must act as the client. When you use your phone to do hotspots, I told you in the other class, your phone automatically becomes a DHCP server. Everybody that is connecting to you automatically becomes DHCP clients. So we want to make our Wi-Fi interface to be a DHCP what? Server. Everybody that will be connecting to it will be called DHCP clients. So having understood that concept, let's now apply it. Let's go back to IP. Click on IP. Click on IP. What are we looking for now? DHCP server. Click on IP and click DHCP server. On DHCP server, as usual, we will click the plus button. 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 Are we clicking the plus button? Yes, a window has come up there. The Mikrotik is telling you, what name do you want to call this DHCP server? What name do you want to call your DHCP server? Let me call it Wi-Fi. I just want to call it a name. Let me call it Wi-Fi DHCP for CBT exam. You can call it any name. Nobody will see it. The next thing, please, let's look. The router don't know what it is doing. You are the one issuing the command. It is asking you, you have given it a name, quite all right. What interface should this DHCP server called exam run? Remember, we are dealing with Wi-Fi for now. I'm telling it, let it run on the Wi-Fi interface. Let it run on the WireLAN or the Wi-Fi interface. I've selected those two. DHCP server, I've given it a name. What interface should it run? On the Wi-Fi interface. Are you seeing it? Yes, sir. Are you seeing it? Yes, sir. Please ignore the relay and the list time for now. Later we can ask questions on that. Ignore the relay and the list time for now. The next thing that is very important is called address pool. Address pool. Let me explain address pool. Sorry? Your Wi-Fi is what? Okay, the address pool is only static. Let's see the reason. Okay. I've seen it. So let's look at this. Please. Should we go through shortcut or long cut first? Long cut or shortcut? Long. Okay. Let's do shortcut and delete, then we do long cut. Is it okay? Or let's do long cut and delete, then do shortcut. Okay. Okay, please, let's do the other one. I'll explain the reason. We have gone to DHCP server. On Mikrotik, they are assuming that everybody is on basic level. Normally, this lab, in fact, is not a year 2 lab. This is meant to be a year 3 or final year lab. So we are bringing it here, but we are telling them we are able. So let's look at this other one. Mikrotik put a provision where it will do everything for you, but you have to watch it. So if you look at DHCP, after the plus button, you will see DHCP setup. Are you seeing DHCP setup? DHCP setup. Group 3 A and B, are you seeing DHCP setup? Group 2 A and B. Where are you lost? No, just ask, where are you lost? Click on IP. Click on IP, then click on DHCP server. Sorry? Yes, close address list tab. You can close it. You may, it's not compulsory. So click on IP, then click on DHCP server. Are you there now? Group 2B, are you there? Okay, so you will see DHCP setup. Please click on it. You will see DHCP setup. Please click on it. Have you clicked on it? Yes, sir. Group 2, have you clicked on it? Yes, Group 3? Yes, sir. Group 3B? Yes, sir. Okay. They are asking you what interface should it run. You click the drop down and select Wi-Fi. Click the drop down and select Wi-Fi since you are using Wi-Fi. Then click on next. If you click on next, it will ask you what is the IP address you want to use. Now, see what happened. Mikrotik went and searched through the router, and they noticed that you already put in an address list under Wi-Fi. So they brought it out to ask you, is that the address you want the DHCP to run, or do you want to use another address? If you want to use another address, you can delete this one and put another one of your choice. But me, I want to use the address I already typed earlier on. So it has brought out the address for you as 192.168. 40, right? Group 2B, 50. Group 1B, 30. You then click on next. If you click on next, see what it will tell you. It will ask you, it is not telling you, it is asking you. For that Wi-Fi interface, what address should be the gateway? Gateway means that the Wi-Fi interface itself, what address should we give to it? Remember, it must not always be number 1. No, there's no rule that says that the gateway must be number 1. You decide. So please, let's mix this up. Some of you may decide to put in 2, 3, 4, 5. The gateway just means that give the Wi-Fi interface number 5 or number 3. Then every other person should use others. Meaning that if I give this Wi-Fi interface number 5 as the gateway, meaning one of you can even collect number 1. It's not my problem. So I want to leave my own as number 3. I want to give my own gateway. Gateway means the entrance to the router or the entrance to my house. So the Wi-Fi interface, I'll give it number 3. Now let's see the next thing. Let me expand this. Should we do what? No, decide. You can leave it as 1 or give it anything. So let's look at the next thing. This one is very, very important. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. When you give it that and click next, Despite the fact that you are doing a DHCP server, please, this is important. Remember that day we wrote exams. I told us that though we gave all of us were acting as DHCP clients, I still told the router that my laptop should be given a particular IP that none of you know about, so that you can all access my router for my laptop for the exam. So let's look at my screen. In my own case, I told the router, give my wireless interface .3. So the router is then asking me, should I give people 192.168.1 to 90.2, and should I also give people 192.168.90.4 up to 254.4? For now, I can just say yes. Since those are the free addresses, just give people. If I say no, I want only 50 people to connect my DHCP, I can simply delete this one completely. But I don't want to delete. For now, let's just continue. I'll just click on next. Remember, we're on automatic. So automatic usually say click next, 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 next. So I'll click on next. It is asking me, please, those coming now, please, let's come out. You are just coming now. You in school back, you are just coming. Please, can you leave the class? Let's leave. Those, if you know you are coming now, remember we have signed attendance and we are not in attendance anymore. So those of you that just came in, you didn't attend our class today. So we are on DNS server. For now, we are going to ignore the DNS server and simply click on next. We'll ignore it and click on next, please. Okay, sorry. So you're on DNS server. Don't click anything there. Just click on next. When you click on next, it will come to list time. I will explain it later, but let's just click on next. It will tell you setup as completed successfully. Setup as completed successfully. Group 1A, are you on this stage? Group 1B, Group 2A, Group 2B, Group 3A, 3B, Group 4, you are with us theoretically. Okay. Now let us solve a very important issue. Remember, our Wi-Fi interface is on red. So how do we enable it to black? Now we have done, there's one very good thing. Hold on, leaving it on red. While you are doing configuration, it is always good, security point of view. Let your interfaces be disabled, so that while you are doing configuration, someone don't start attacking your network. So it is always good from a security standpoint to disable your interfaces while you are doing some configuration. So that is why it is on red. You have a question? You have asked, okay. So now to enable the Wi-Fi interface, by the left hand side you see a menu button called interfaces. Let's click on it. Let's click on it, please. Someone should ask me, why are all other interfaces on black? Why you said it's good to disable the Wi-Fi interface? Can someone ask that question? Why? Remember, for Mikrotik, to even configure the router, you must first of all have access. So they have to enable all their wired ports. Do you understand that? So on your own, you can choose to disable the ports. Remember, don't go and disable the ports you are using to configure. If you disable, you have locked yourself out of the router. So let us enable the Wi-Fi interface. The Wi-Fi is on black. Please, let's click on it. When you click on it, there will be a button called good and minus. That is good and bad. That good means enable, and the bad means disable. That good means disable, and the bad means, that good means enable, and the bad means disable. So I'll click on enable. Once you click on enable, you can go back to your address list. it will be black. But remember, we are using Wi-Fi and we have not yet set up our Wi-Fi name and password. So please quickly disable it. Quickly disable it, please. Quickly disable it. Quickly disable it. Let's set up the Wi-Fi name and password. To configure your interface, double click the interface. Double click the Wi-Fi to open. Double click the Wi-Fi to open. Have you double click it? Have you double click it?
Yes, sir.
Group 1A. Group 2, Group 1B. Just double click the Wi-Fi interface. Group 2A. Group 2B. 3B. 3B. Okay, so I've double click it. When you double click it, a window would appear. On that window, click on configuration. On that window, you see general and you see configuration. Please click on configuration. Click on configuration. Are you seeing general? After general, you should see configuration. Double click it. No. Interfaces. Wireless, double click it. Okay. Please, there's a little mix up with some equipment. Let me see yours. What is yours saying?
Bring it this side so you see.
Click on wireless. Let me see. Okay. So let's explain something here. Based on the device you are using, you will see different things. Based on the device you are using, you will see different things. In my own case, I am using a very simple device that has no much configuration. So for those of you using some advanced devices, let me explain what it's telling you. You know, I told us that this is a small but mighty device. So you may see wireless instead of configuration. After general, you would see wireless. Am I right? Let me connect to... Okay, for those of you using this type, you will see SSID. SSID simply means give your Wi-Fi a name. Please, you just have to click into the box and type a Wi-Fi name. It has a name. What is the name? You can delete it and type your own Wi-Fi name. Delete it and click your own Wi-Fi name. My own is instructor or teacher AP. For those of you using my type of device, those smaller ones, under configuration, delete what you are seeing there and type in an SSID. When you type SSID, just click apply. Just click apply and OK. When you click SSID, just click apply and OK. Then you enable the ports. Let me connect to the one most people are using. You are using the other type. Yeah, I want to connect to your type. So those of you that use my kind of device, are you seeing the Wi-Fi shown on your phone? You are seeing it? Can you connect to it? Asking for password. Okay. Just hold on. So how many of you have, those using my type, have you seen it? Have you seen the Wi-Fi shown on your phone? So you have successfully created a wireless network. So the next stage will be to connect. So let's see something else. Please, let's just hold on so that others will follow us. Which route are you using? Is it this type? Please, group 2. Can I use your router? No, just the router. Just bring the router. You can go back. What is not showing? Let me see the. I'll come. Just hold on. I'm coming. Let me see what happened. Wait now. This unknown, I didn't tell you to write unknown there. SSID group 1. That's it now. What else? Apply. Then okay. Okay. Then I now say enable it. Enable it now. No. See its own button. Who asked the question again? Did not work. How? Have you enabled it? Yes, let me see your device. I say hold on. I've not come to. What's the problem? Yes, is this type you want to work on now? So those of you with the other type of router, in fact, everybody please, let's look at it because we'll still face it. So those of us with the other type of equipment have logged into the router. So this is where we are, wire LAN. So let's look at this. Please, let's be together because next class you can see switch equipment. So let's look at this. This device is capable of doing several things. For instance, on this device, on wireless, let's look at something. On my screen, you would see several modes. Let me explain some of them. If you see AP, we have talked of AP. What does AP mean? Access points. So the wireless on this router can work as an access point. An access point is actually what we are doing, is it not so? When you see what is called station, what is station doing? Let me explain. Let me explain station. This router now, the Wi-Fi on this router, there's a practical we are going to do. We are going to log in to this router and tell the router to get internet from another Wi-Fi, maybe from this CBT exam. We will bring that internet into this router. Remember, CBT exam is asking each and every one of us to own an account. Am I right? So we are going to simulate as if we are an hacker now. And the purpose is that we want to share that internet with the entire class. And only me have access. Please, let's be together so understand this concept. Only me have a username and password on that Unipod network. So I will log into this router. When I log in, I will enter the router and search for that Unipod network, and I will find it. I am connected to that Unipod network through Wi-Fi. When I connect to it, I will then put a cable somewhere here and put to another access point. When I put to another access point, I have now told the router that my Wi-Fi here is acting as a station. Station means I am collecting internet from somewhere and sending it out through another one with the different name and different instruction. That is why you see station there. I will explain only those two for now. So for those of you that have wireless mode, please select AP bridge. Please select AP bridge. Please select AP bridge. When you select AP bridge, the next thing you have to select is SSID. So SSID, you can set any one. I want to call my own Ask Me If You Can. Did you see it? Call your colleague. Did you see what we just did? You didn't see it. It was pretty straightforward. I said that we are working with access points for everybody. So for those of you with the equipment asking you to select a wireless mode, please always select access points. When you select access points, the next thing you have to do is to type in your SSID name. My own SSID name is Ask Me If You Can. Ask Me If You Can. That is my own. And when I do that, I'll click on Apply and OK. So the only difference is that you have to select your mode. Then click on Apply and OK. When you do that, you can now enable the Wi-Fi interface. So let me check. Some of you can check the Wi-Fi. Let me check my own and see if I am seeing the Wi-Fi showing. Check if you can see the Wi-Fi showing. You have seen it? Sorry? Okay, my own didn't have password. But you don't have password. Let's see what happened there. For putting, you'll see. So putting password on your device. For putting password on your device, on the wireless table there, on the wireless interface. So on your interface, I go back to interface, please. You know the password I'm putting is actually on my Wi-Fi interface. So I'll go back to my Wi-Fi interface, click on WireLAN, and double click it. I've clicked on my WireLAN there. So I am looking for sorry, let me get it out. So let me see yours, David. There's something that is meant to be there for the password. Let me see what you have on your own. Okay, let's see. Okay, I've seen what I'm looking for. So if you click on your interfaces, you click on your interfaces. I want to do something, please. Okay. So on your device, you click on wireless to set the password for your Wi-Fi. You click on wireless. The wireless has a menu. You click on wireless. When you click on wireless, the interface will come up. Next to wireless, you will see security profile showing up there. Are you seeing it? Security profile. Click the security profile and you will see default. You see default there. You can double click the default. You can double click the default. Please, our remote. Our remote. Our remote. No. The remote. Yes. So, you can be looking at your screen while I'm explaining. When you click on wireless on the left hand side, it will bring up a menu. Click on security profile on the menu bar. You will see default. Double click the default and it will open a small window. Are you seeing it? Are we seeing it? On that small window, it will be on general by default. On general, who is saying no? Okay. On general, who is not seeing it? Can I? Click on wireless. Click on wireless. Okay. Security, there's nothing. That means yours didn't have a security. Yours didn't have security before now. Okay, let's walk this way. So let's ignore the default. Let's ignore the default. Let us create our own Wi-Fi key. I don't think it has. You do it from the front. Okay, it's coming up. Let's hold on, please, for the screen. Okay, I'm on the screen now. So you click on wireless, then click on security profile. On security, lowest look, please. On security profile, click on the plus button. Click on the plus button to add your security profile. On the plus button, please give it a name. Let me call it password for exams. Everything may not always have a name, but you can choose to give it a name. Any name. Then under mode, you can simply select none. You can select none. None means I don't want to create any password. None means I don't want to create any password. But if you click on dynamic, it will bring up several authentication types. For now, just click the first one. When you click the first one, you notice that it will bring up a box for you to type a password. WPAPSK is the first one. So on my own box, I can just type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm typing a very simple password for now. Then I click on apply and OK. So I have created my own security profile. I came to wireless interface. I click on security profile. I click on the plus button. I gave it a name. Under mode, I selected dynamic or none. Under dynamic, I selected WPA. Then I gave it a password and click OK. When I click OK, I come back to wireless interface and double click my wire LAN. Remember, we simply created a password. Now we have to apply that password to our wireless network. So I come back to my wireless interface and double click my wire LAN. On my wire LAN, I'll notice that there is a place asking me for security profile. I'll come and show you. On security profile, instead of default, I'll click on my password for exam. I'll click OK and activate the interface. So I've set security now. Any challenge? Okay. Any challenge? What's the challenge? Let me see. You're on wireless. Okay, yours is security, right? Then click on the plus. Give it a name. Authentication type. You can click on WPSK. This one now, I think you have to do it on that passphrase. You give it the password there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Several of these devices have their own methods. Maybe password, something like that. So this, for this particular device, you click on security, click plus, then click authentication type. Passphrase simply means Wi-Fi key. Apply and OK. Then you go back to your Wi-Fi interface. This is it, Abi. Under, yes, you can even type the password directly. You can type it directly or select it from the one you did. So this one, several ways, you can just type it here at once. Just that. So this one gives you several options. Any challenge? Yes. No challenge. Challenge. What's the problem? Apply. Let's try it again. Let's do it afresh. Name. So good. Then you went to Dynamic Abi. You click on this. Type it again. There's something you clicked that you're supposed not to click. So that's it. So you now go back to your Wi-Fi interface, double click it. Under security profile, you select the one you created. So you can create a list of different passwords and decide to use any one you want to use at any point in time. Apply. So you can activate now. Okay, you already activated it. So try again. It will ask you to put in password. Any group will challenge again. Any group is challenged. Group 3B.
When I click on the wireless, it seems to go to security. Mine is empty. So we're supposed to
Create now, yeah, create. Now you're adding another type of device. On this device, maybe leave it on that name. On this device, you can even put the password directly. See it here, passphrase. You can put it directly.
Then I should apply.
Yes. Okay. So you can go and enable your Wi-Fi. Okay, it was already enabled. So try connecting again. It will ask you for password now. So we just have 5 minutes to end this class and take questions. 5 minutes. So having done this, we have successfully created Wi-Fi networks on our router with password, and we have given it DHCP. So let's try connecting. I want to connect to my own, and it's asking me for password. So it's asking me for password. I'm trying to connect to the password. Please, let's try to connect to my own password so I can show us something. Let's try to connect, please, so that I can show us something. Let's try to connect to my own. My password is 128. Ask me if you can. Ask me if you can. Barry. Yeah, are you there? Okay, I'm coming. My password is ask me if you can. Yes, my SSID is ask me if you can. Let me remove. I want to remove my password so that I can connect. There's something I wanted to show you. My SSID is ask me if you can, and it's an open Wi-Fi. It's an open Wi-Fi. Sorry? Oh, I think I have two different devices here. Okay, it's showing Tisha AP, right?
Yeah, Tisha AP.
No, you can connect to Ask Me if you can. I created another one. It's not coming up, but I'm seeing it on my phone. Connection failed. Sorry? Has it connected? Going on and off. There is something we didn't put in. Please, let's look at my screen. There's something we omitted. Let's go to IP and click on DNS. 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 Remember we talked about domain name service, domain name server, that is DNS. By default for now, please, let's all be using 8.8.8.8. That is the default Google DNS. DNS is what allows you to actually go to the net, to the internet. So let's use 8.8.8.8 by default. Just go to DNS. When you click on DNS, click 8.8.8.8. When you go to DNS, click just other server, click the box there. Click the box there and type 8.8.8.8, then click on apply and OK. Under server, click 8.8.8.8, then click on apply and OK. Someone has connected to my network, Techno Oppo phone. Someone have connected to my network. Ask me if you can. Is it still asking for password? No, okay. So you can try to connect. What are you seeing? Unable to join network. Okay. I want to change my Wi-Fi name so we can. Okay, so you can connect to Acme. You will see a network called Acme. That's mine. You see a network called Acme. Though it will show you internet not available. Just like that first day, it will show you internet not available. Are you seeing it? Can you see it? It's not connecting. What error are you seeing? Okay, maybe what we will do, when we come to next class, we will start it from this phase so that we can troubleshoot why some of our networks can't connect. Is that okay? So at the end of this class, we have been able to see how we can put in IP addresses on a Wi-Fi interface. Please, can we look up how we can put in IP address on an interface? We have also seen how to create DHCP servers. Then lastly, we have seen how to create Wi-Fi on Wi-Fi interfaces. Any question, please? Any question, please? Any question, please? Any question, please? This is the shortcut. This is the shortcut we are doing. This is the shortcut. This is the shortcut we are doing. No, we are more than the long cut. This is the shortcut. So next class we will start it with a longer cut. So by next week Wednesday, please, we'll be starting with practical. Are we together? We are starting with practical first before any other thing. So thank you very much. I'm going to post this video on the YouTube channel. Then those of you